help with these reviews, I've brought in some help. I've got
Adam.
That's right, with me here, and we're going to review two castle sets. We have 6061 and 6062. Now, Autumn, you've been playing with these, and let's start first with this one right here. This is 6061. What do you like about it?
I like that there's a horse, but in this one there's not. And I also like the ladder piece.
Okay.
Which one has a table?
So here we have the Siege Tower 6061. And this came out in 1984, and it really is a fairly straightforward set. If you want fancy builds and intricate architecture, this is not your set. It basically is comprised of this wall section right here, made up of two 2x10 green plates, and they basically just put two wall panels on each. So it's very straightforward, very simple. You can fold it in half to give it a little bit of angle with the hinges. And on the inside, as Autumn noted, she's at a table. This is actually, I think, something where they can tie down some horses so that they have a little bit of a stable area in the castle.
We already have one in the Black Falcon's castle.
And there's one in the Black Falcon's fortress too, yeah.
Also, I'm planning on connecting all of them straight into a wall. All of the extension thingies and the fortresses and whatnot to make the Great Wall of Battle.
Great Wall of Battle. That's one reason why we're building this, is so that we can get all these little extensions and combine them into one large castle. Massive castle. Now, the focal point of the set, though, is not the wall. The focal point is the siege tower right here. And this, I think, is where the innovation really lies. If you check out this build, you can see that we've got a couple of these antennae here that allow people to push the siege cart or siege tower. We've got a kind of a mechanism that can raise and lower so that soldiers can kind of pour out and onto the battlement. You've got a tall spot right here so that an archer can rain down arrows on the opposing forces. And you even have some nice snot work from the 1980s. That's right. Back in the 1980s, they were able to use headlight bricks to accomplish some snot work. Now, this is built out of black bricks and plates because they didn't really have a lot of brown. They had brown for weapons and wheels, but they didn't have brown bricks on a regular basis, or slopes, or plates, or anything like that in 1984. Now, I think another interesting part to this set is that it comes with two black wall panels. You see those right there?
I don't have any.
Yeah. This is the first set that they came in because they came out in 1984 with the castle line, and that's the first time they came in black. And of course, later on in the castle 1980s, early 1990s lineage, they came out with some big castles that used lots of those black wall panels. Now, in terms of minifigures, I think this set shines. It comes with 4 different minifigures, including a knight that comes on the horse, as Autumn mentioned, which is, I think, a lot of fun. You like horses.
And it's the king. And in this one, there's a special bedroom for him.
Ooh, well, we'll get to that in just a moment. So it comes with the knight. It comes with a couple of soldiers as well, an archer, and note that it has an interesting looking shield. What do you think of that shield?
It looks like a whirlpool.
A whirlpool?
Like a hurricane.
Oh yeah, like a hurricane on the weather forecast. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like the eye of it.
There's the eye of the storm. I've never thought of it that way, but
No,
that's cool.
I read a book about it that like the middle where everything goes into is called the eye.
Yeah, the eye of the storm. That's exactly it. So we've got our hurricane shield right here, newly dubbed hurricane shield. Thank you, Autumn. And it was the first time that this piece came out in Lego in this set right here. So that's noteworthy. Also noteworthy is this brown ladder.
Which is cool.
It's one of, I think, 3 sets that came with the old brown ladder. And it's, of course, useful if you're trying to climb up a wall to attack somebody. So this set, straightforward in the wall section, but it comes with some really good minifigs, a good number of minifigs, good accessories, and of course, I think the siege tower is very well designed. Now, Autumn, you were going to tell us about You said a bedroom in this set? So this is 6062, the Battering Ram set, which came out in 1987, 3 years after this.
There's actually 2 beds.
2 beds. Can you show us where they are?
In the tower. Right? That's the king's one because it's the bigger. And that one's like advisor thingy room.
That's the advisor's room?
Yeah, because but the king has the safest, biggest, the best bedroom because he's the king. Oopsie.
Now, who's the advisor?
I don't know.
It's up to you.
It's probably one from the Black Falcon's fortress over there.
And that's a good point. So here we have, in the siege tower, basically the same faction, the Lion Knights or Crusaders, depending on when you apply that label. Here we have the Black Falcons, and this is definitely their faction. You can see the soldiers. This came out with the blue and the white flags here at the top, and it came with this battering ram that has 3 different Lion Knights or crusading soldiers on it. So we've got a little bit of a rivalry, some enemy factions fighting each other in this one, as opposed to this just kind of coming with supplies so that you can do your own thing. Now this set I think is interesting in terms of its architecture, more so of course compared to this. First and foremost, you can see that it uses these angled panel pieces to build a tower, something that we saw similar in the Black Falcon's Fortress of 1986. On the back side, you can see that it has not a whole lot of detail to it. You can use these hinges to fold the set up into different ways to configure it in a large, massive castle wall battle scene.
No. It's like the Great Wall of China, except for the Great Wall of Battle.
The Great Wall of Battle. For the Great Wall of Battle.
Also, I like the black door.
That's a really cool piece, yeah.
Especially on this side, because it's like... From the inside, it's just a boring black door, but from here, like, the way the battlement is kind of going over it kind of makes it cooler.
It does make it pretty cool, and these were the old school, old style doors back from the 1980s that I really liked, and there's another black one that comes with the King's Castle, set number 6080, that came out in 1984. Now, the focal point, in addition to the wall, of course, is the battering ram itself. And Autumn, what do you think about this battering ram?
I like it the way it can, like,
Really?
move.
Yeah, so you walk up to the door and you smash it open?
No, you wheel the thingy up to the door.
Right, you wheel it up to the door, and you knock on the door and you ask them, little soldier, let me come in?
Dad.
What?
You have to ram it open and whatever. Also, this fell off. Something at the bottom fell off. Wait, what?
And you put it back together.
Yeah, it was so hard. I thought it went, like, on the top here.
But you didn't have the instructions with you, so you did it just from looking at it?
Well, I was kind of trying to figure out different ways, but then I realized that this makes the most sense way down here.
There you go. So it comes with this siege cart right here, and you've got some steps up to the top, or the battering ram, I should say, and allows it to roll on up, kind of at battlement height, and they can start attacking and force the door open.
And just...
and tackle them. Dive bomb them. Where this set really shines, of course, is the minifigs and accessories. It comes with a whopping 6 minifigs, which for a set this size, about 240 pieces, 6 minifigs. 3 Black Falcons, 3 Lion Knights and Crusaders. And you not only get those soldiers, you get plenty of weapons. They're all each decked out. You also get additional weapons that are affixed to the back here with clips. We've got a couple axes there. And not only that, you get a ton of shields. You get 2 Black Falcon shields, and you get 4 of these Rampart Lion shields. So
I thought they were called the lions.
Yeah, they're Rampart because they're up on their hind legs. So you get 6 minifigs, you get a bunch of different shields, 6 total shields, lots of weapons. You get flags for the Black Falcons, flags for the Lion Knights, and just a really, I think, playable set. So now we're going to give our ratings. Autumn, you want to go first? Okay, how many bricks are you giving these 2 sets?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, why?
Because they're small and like the cards are really cool, and so is this tower. But I think that like it doesn't have a lot of variety of pieces. It just has like a lot of the same pieces.
Yeah, I mean, and in the 1980s, they didn't have quite the part selection that we have now, but it comes with a lot of panels and bricks, basic stuff, which I actually really like. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10, so that averages out to a 7.5 out of 10. And
I am 7.
you are like 7.5, aren't you?
I'm 7.5.
So our rating is 1 Autumn Joy. So here's why I'm giving it 7 bricks. First of all, the minifigs are great across the set. You get a lot of accessories, and I think that's a plus. It is pretty straightforward in terms of the wall sections. Nothing terribly crazy, nothing too large. This set was about 200 pieces. This set about 240. But a pretty good value for the number of minifigs that you get. I like buildings a lot, and I like interesting architecture and building techniques, and they were both kind of lacking with that. However, I think one exception being the Siege Tower, which from 1984, I thought was really well designed. So I'm giving it 7. You're giving it 8, 7.5, or 1 Autumn Joy. All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you like, subscribe. What else should they do?
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell for notifications. Leave a comment. Do you think that these sets are cool today? Because you've been playing with them a lot. Yeah. Always remember, keep building together.
Yeah, we do. Because then we could really make like a bad place.
No, these guys aren't enemies, they're friends.
Yeah, but like, you knocked me over. Sorry if I accidentally banged you.
You could have given him a concussion, you know.
I banged him in the head with this on accident.
Yeah.
I didn't say sorry. You did.
I know. I am aware.
This is the leader.
See this?
His horse is scratched and stuff. Doesn't that kind of look like a scratch?
Mm-hmm.
And dirty. It's very dirty and scratched.
They like to do it like this so it's easy to get into. They like to do it like that, you know?
He can't go through their tiny door. Wait, where's the stall?
There isn't.
There's stalls in there.
Yeah, there's stalls in the fortress, but there's no stalls in this tiny thing.
Then his horse stays outside.
No, it can't. Otherwise it'll get killed.
So they just keep it right here.
No, they don't. They keep it right here where it's not as close to weapons. If it was right here, it could impale itself in the spear because they don't want anything to show. So all the spears and weapons and everything are down to the ground. Bum, bum, bum.
Is that a lion?
They have ladders up to here because there's no such thing as elevators. And they don't
Or
want...
stairs.
Yeah.
They have these.
Well, there's such things.
This is where the guy sleeps. Except for he takes his plume off.
Sir?
Yes. But right now he's not.
The captain of the captain wants to meet with you.
He is the captain.
No, he's the general. This is the captain.
He has to have like a fancy.
No, he doesn't. He just has to have a different shield than everyone else.
Well, that's the same shield he has.
Of him?
Yeah.
Good. That means they're both leaders.
The other leader wants to see me. Is it from the Black Falcon's fortress? Or is it our other leader?
Well, we are part of the Black Falcon's fortress army. Even though we aren't all Black Falcons, we're a mix of double-cross axe.
Yes, and that makes us even more powerful.
Because having the alliances of two of 3 or 4 kings makes us stronger. I would like, and sir?
Yes.
I would like to meet with you because we have had news from the Falcon's Fortress.
We have?
Yes.
What news?
They will be joining us. They will be,
coming.
Yes.
And with their supplies and everything.
And even the buildings will be coming.
A weapons shop and a blacksmith shop.
And more supplies. No foods or stalls or anything.
Well, it will have stalls.
I mean, like food stalls, trading stalls and stuff. Well, the shops and stuff. But this is awesome. It'll allow us more weaponry because they do have some spare weapons, and it'll be amazing.
Yes, and we
So much safer.
We have huge coats.
Flimsy thing. Yes, we have huge siege.
We'll help them and they'll help us.